very best dogs in the nation from our 2 regional qualifiers have arrived here just outside of St. Louis, Missouri for the Purina Incredible Dog Challenge National Championships at Purina Farms. Trace Worthington alongside Shalene Cockrell as we kick off the National Championship Finals here at Purina Farms with the Large Dog Agility event. It's a very exciting discipline here, and that's Catcher. She's a 5-year-old Border Collie, and Allie Rukas is her trainer.
And of course, Border Collies are part of the herding breed, and they really excel in this event. They're fast, they're agile, and they're so smart. Look at that concentration.
And this is their first year competing at the Purina Incredible Dog Challenge. They qualified here for the National Championships by winning the East Coast Regional Finals, where they got the #1 position.
They're a great team. They work well together. Listen to Allie out there on the course.
And the trainers have to be quick, too.
Have to be quick, they have to be fast through this course, and of course having a clean run is imperative here at this level of competition. They're doing a great job, clean run so far.
So no fault so far as Catcher comes into the Purina checkerboard square finish area, and Allie's happy with it. Catcher is psyched as they come in with a 35.36 with no faults. What a great pace set here at the National Championships.
Having our first competitors with a clean and fast run is definitely going to turn up the heat. And the way that they got that was by moves like this. Leaping over the apex of the A-frame cuts off fractions of time. Tight turns between obstacles and a direct line through the course is what is key. Allie is really good about directing and supporting Catcher through every obstacle. That's the way it's done. Well, Trace, as we've already seen, this event highlights a dog's ability to run, to jump, and to maneuver through an obstacle course. This is our only judged and timed event, so there are some things you should watch out for, like if they make a mistake on a jump, if a weave pole's missed, or if a yellow contact zone is not touched while the dog exits the obstacle, then time penalties are assessed. Now, the dogs also have to go through in the right order, and that's up to the handler, using verbal commands, hand cues, and body positioning to make sure they go through in the right way. It's the fastest and the cleanest run that's going to win. So let's get right back to the action.
All right, our second competitor ready to go now. Niecy Parker and her dog Jilly, the long version of that name, Top Rocks Jumpin' Agility. They qualified for this national championships from their great result at the Western Regional Championships in San Diego. And Shalene, she told me earlier that basically Jilly is almost too fast, which is very hard to control.
Yeah, really Australian Shepherds and the Border Collie, like we saw with Allie, are the dogs that excel at this event. But the good thing is, look, fast, the dog's way out in front of her, but because it's a herding breed, they really respond well to verbal commands at a distance. And so the speed doesn't really hurt them too much because they listen to the right, to the left, to the obstacle, and can go far out ahead, as you can see here with Jilly in front of Niecy. Ooh, that's going to be a missed obstacle entrance, which will be 5 fault points, which means 5 seconds added onto their time.
So Jilly finishes up with a time of 39.51, and the 5-second addition for the fault puts her a little bit out of the mix right now. Remember, they have 2 runs, and it's the best of 2 that count.
Take a look here. Again, we were talking about the herding breeds being good out in front, but this time she was too far out in front, got confused, actually had a refusal there on going into the tunnel, and that's what cost her the 5 fault points before she went through clean.
So Catcher still has the lead at 35.36. We'll see if Jazz and Teresa Rodney can get better than a 35.36 on their first of 2 runs. Here we go.
Little encouragement there, heading through the weave poles. Of course, Jazz is a flat-coated retriever, so normally these dogs would excel in the water. But here, she's doing a really nice job on the agility course.
Pick them up. Easy, over.
Oh, right there. She misses the obstacle, has to be redirected back around it, so that's going to be 5 fault points, an additional 5 seconds on the time. A lot of the problem here is that the handlers are pushing so fast to get to speed that causes the mistakes. Oh, another one right there. Again, trying to get fast off the dog walk. She missed the yellow contact zone. That's 10 additional fault points.
So many faults as Jazz comes through for the first of 2 runs. They'll have to clean it up if they want to overcome a 56.26 and be in the range of 35.36 set by Catcher.
Teresa just slowed down too soon right here, so Jazz was anticipating the turn before the jump, so she had to redirect him to get him back on course.
which cost them their first fault. The second fault here off of the A-frame. Look, the pods don't touch the yellow, which is mandatory. And again, that's because she was pushing the speed.
So Jazz and Teresa Rodney will have to focus on their second run right now. We'll look at Ann Croft and Trigger. Ann Croft, first place in San Diego. That's how she qualified for the national championship. She did that in her hometown. She actually teaches agility for a living in Del Mar, just outside of San Diego, and looks like a pretty good start, Shalene.
Nice start, very fast dog. This team works very well together.
Teeter, 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 go bang it.
The chemistry is key between the trainer and the dog.
Definitely.
Trig, come, weeds.
Again, listen to the verbal commands out there that Ann is giving to Trigger. Trigger, of course, a border collie. Again, herding breeds really respond well to the verbal command. She's basically just yelling out left and right and where to go, and Trigger's right on it, fast and clean.
Right on it, clean is key right now if you want to pull into the lead, and that was a clean run with 0 faults by Trigger. A great job done by trainer Ann Croft.
Very nice teamwork for them.
There it is, 39.22, a very solid run with no faults.
But not enough to move them into first place. Right there, fractions of time were lost. Trigger wasn't on a straight line to get onto the teeter. And here Ann keeps Trigger on the teeter while she sets up her next line to direct her over the jumps. Coming into the weave poles, she has a little bit of a change in stride right there, but she's able to continue through and make every pull.
All right, we'll see what they can pull together for their second run fault-free, but you still need to be quick. Leland Perry up next with Matilda. Listen to this guy. Now that, I want that as my next ringtone on my phone, Shalene.
Yeah, oh, right there, a little bit of a miss going into the tunnel. That's going to cost him fault points. Really, his verbal commands out there, though, are more for motivation than anything. He kind of uses his body positioning to direct Matilda through the course.
Very interesting way of communicating.
Motivation right there. Get through and get through fast.
Matilda, second place in the New Jersey East Coast qualifier. That's why they're here at the Nationals. Very experienced duo here.
Doing a nice job. Fast through the course.
And there we go, finishing it up. Leland takes a little dive there as well. He's a little worn out, 45.93.
5 fault points right here. Too strong of a direction to try and get Matilda to go into the tunnel, and she misses it. Watch again. Too distinct around the side of the tunnel. She follows the hand and misses the entrance to the obstacle.
Stay.
Dana Kalian and St. John up next. They're a Midwest wild card team. This is the first time they've ever been at a Purina competition. It just so happens to be the national championships. And they're on course.
Scramble.
Another border collie. Man, this dog is fast.
Jump.
Very tight turn there from the A-frame into the tunnel.
Teeter, go. Touch. Hey, jump. Get out, jump.
This team works great together.
Weave.
Through the weave pole, and just to get detailed, Shalene, she has cleats on, different types of footwear all the trainers are wearing.
Walk it.
Well, they got to keep up with the dogs. They are so fast, and this dog is just flying. She's having to sprint to keep up. Verbal commands are leading him through the course.
Wow, what a clean run by St. John. And the crowd knows it here at Purina Farms. 34.43, that's the new time to beat. 0 faults, clean and fast. That's the key here today in the large dog agility. Let's go to Shalene, who's with our current leader. Shalene?
All right, Dana, you guys are our current leaders. Are you looking to try and speed up your time so you can stay on top? What's the plan here?
I'd like to tighten up a few turns that I thought were wide on the last run and try to get a little faster time.
Now, does the clapping and the applause from the crowd help the dog or no?
Of course it does. He loves it.
Okay, great. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So there it is, St. John with the 34.43 clean run, sits in the #1 position right now after round 1. Catcher and Trigger round out the top 3. So can Catcher run clean in round 2? Or will St. John stay on top of the leaderboard and be crowned the national champion? We'll find out next